Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back to the Elder Scrolls. So, I am going to be playing the GOG version of this game. This game is also available on the Bethesda website. But one quick tip if you are loading up this game for yourself, sometimes, at least when my version opens, the mouse isn't immediately accessible. If you want to do that through DOSBox, you can hit Control F10, which gives you access to the mouse inside here. I'll probably have to do that at the beginning of every single one. But we are starting a new game, and that means a new character. So let's do an Argonian. Argonians hail from the province of Black Marsh. You are part of a highly evolved race of reptiles known for their intelligence, agility, and speed. Because of their reptilian nature, Argonians do not tire easily when swimming. While many Argonians have successfully mastered the arts of thievery and spellcasting, there are some regarded well as warriors. Is your character to be an Argonian? Yes. He will be a boy. Would you like to choose from a list of possible classes to play? You can also create your own custom character class by choosing this option, or generate your character's class by answering 10 questions to determine the class most compatible to you. I think we did this last time, but I'd already decided that Caius would be a spell sword, so let's let the Elder Scrolls decide for us here. While exploring the woods with two other I think this is the exact same screen that they use in the arena. While exploring the woods with two other adventurers, you come across a small abandoned hut that seems to have once belonged to a mage. Looking through the window, you see the remains of a laboratory. Many potions and scrolls still on the shelves. Goitia, who thinks you a cowardly sort, suggests breaking into the shack and exploring. Another fighter named Hunnard suggests that you go into town to find more information. You advise going into the town. They are more familiar with the area and may have important information about this hut and the surrounding area. Breaking into the shack, but leaving one person on the outside in case something goes wrong. You should investigate new things, not run away from them. And Jotina? Jotina, maybe, to go in first. If there is a trap, she can trip it. Then you and Hunnard can go in and explore at your leisure. Let's go to town. You're hunting in the King's Hut, a contest in which the best hunter will win riches enough to live comfortably for the rest of his or her life. You track a white stag that many of you had shot at earlier. You are alone as you examine the stag and recognize the arrow as one fired from your friend's bow. As you retrieve the arrow for closer examination, you hear your friends arrive. Do you A. claim to have fired the arrow that hit the stag, thus gaining the honor of the kill? B. Show the others the arrow and proclaim your friend the archer of the day? Or C. Suggest dividing the prize, reasoning that although your friend's arrow brought down the heart, all of you were instrumental in tracking in the kill. Show the others. A friend has on several occasions made remarks about how much he likes a particular gold ring of yours. One day you discover that this ring is missing, and after making a thorough search, you find it in a coat that your friend had left in your pantry. Are you most inclined to A. ask your friend how he came about the ring, that it is highly probable that he found it and meant to return it to you? B. Confront him with his theft. You know that there is no way the ring just fell into his pocket by accident, and therefore he is nothing but a common thief who would betray you for material gain. Or C. Say nothing, deciding instead to wait and see what your friend does. If he is innocent or guilty, you will know by whatever actions he takes. At that time, you can confront him with the truth. An old man stops you on the way to the market, claiming to have been robbed. He is lying on the trail and seems gravely injured. He asks you to run to town to get the constable. You give him your word that you will go directly to town and bring the constable back. As you make your way, you notice a suspicious man creeping along another trail. He doesn't seem to notice you yet. Do you A. follow the man, reasoning that if this man is the robber, you could lead the constable directly to him and safeguard other travelers, although it would mean breaking your word? B. Take note, but continue on, reasoning that the man on the trail is hurt too badly to stop, regardless of any other consideration? And C. Take note of him and continue on, reasoning that your word is your bond and that it takes precedent over everything else? We will go for that. Entering town, you find that you are a witness to a very well-dressed man running from a crowd. He screams to you to help. The crowd behind him seems very angry. Do you A, rush to the man's aid immediately despite your lack of knowledge of the circumstances? B, rush to the town's aid immediately despite your lack of knowledge of the circumstances? And C, stand aside and allow the man and the mob to pass, realizing that it's probably best not to get involved. I don't like mobs, so rush to the man's aid. On a clear day, you chance upon a strange animal. Its leg is trapped in a hunter's claw snare. Judging from the bleeding, it will not survive long. Do you A, draw your dagger, mercifully ending its life with a single thrust? B, do not interfere in the natural evolution of events, but rather take the opportunity to learn more about the strange animal that you have never seen before? Or C, use herbs from your pack to put it to sleep, then free it from the claw snare and take it somewhere that it will be safe, knowing that in so doing you are probably depriving a hunter and his family of sustenance. We'll end it. Your father delights in telling you stories of his travels in his youth. In one memorable tale, he tells you about a primitive island that he visited where a young child was sacrificed once a year to appease Arius, the god of fire. Whenever the natives neglected the sacrifice, the island volcano would erupt, killing hundreds of villagers. You tell your father, A, you do not believe in any such volcano god. Civilized men should intervene, find the natural cause behind the eruptions, and stop the sacrifices. B, the god Arius must be evil to demand child sacrifice. The villagers should find some way to combat this god, instead of just giving in to his demands. And C, it is tragic, but the death of one small child is preferable to that of many villagers. If it works, they should keep the tradition. Gods are not to be toyed with. B. While fishing one sunny afternoon, you find that the boots which were discarded are which you discarded are now full of ants who are busily making their way from a piece of bread that you dropped on their anthill. Do you A, pick up the boots, wash all the ants off now, even though you are not leaving until dusk? B, watch the ants, curious as to how they work so efficiently and content to live and let live. Or B, make boats out of leaves and then send each ant down the stream to pass the time until a fish bites. We will watch the ants. Your cousin has given you a very embarrassing nickname, and even worse, likes to call you that in front of your friends. You've asked him to stop, but he finds it very amusing to watch you blush. What do? You A, make up an even more embarrassing nickname for him and use it constantly until he learns his lesson. B, make up a story that makes your nickname a badge of honor instead of something humiliating. Or C, beat up your cousin and tell him that if he ever calls you that nickname again, you will bloody him worse than this time. We'll make up a story. Your parents are having a party for several relatives. While helping around the house, you see your cousin slip into a darkened room. Curious, you follow and discover him slipping a silver candlestick into his jacket. He is an honorable boy, but you know that his family has suffered some recent financial hardship. He has not seen you yet. Do you A, clear your throat and tell him to put the candlestick back, reassuring him that your parents can help him if his family are in trouble, but he should not resort to stealing? B, close the door behind you and say nothing. Your family can live without the candlestick, but your cousin's family obviously cannot. Or C, treat him like any other burglar. Lock him in the room and call for your father. If he chooses to be merciful because of your cousin's poverty, that is his decision. It is your father's candlestick, after all. We will tell him to put it back. Barbarians are warriors that hail from the harsh lands that fringe more civilized areas. They make excellent fighters, well suited to survival under the worst conditions. The skills barbarians use most are blunt weapons, long blade, and axe, jumping, running, and swimming. Do you wish your character to be a barbarian? Indeed we do. Alright, would you like to fast start by automatically generating your character's background? You'll be able to adjust starting attributes and skills with this character's sheet, or choose your adventure's career path by answering 12 important career decisions that will influence the character background. Now, obviously, if you don't like seeing this sort of thing, this will be particularly tedious, and I apologize for that. But we're going to go for the full experience here, so. You are most fond of using... Oh, this is a good question. Let's say that we like using axes. What motivates you to life of adventure? Riches, knowledge, helping others, fame, or fun? Yeah, we're in for the rush. Which of the following skills have you been studying the longest? Dodging, backstabbing, pickpocketing, critical striking, jumping, stealth, lockpicking, climbing, or running? I feel like dodging is probably the best for an in-your-face kind of... Well, that or critical striking, but I think I'm going to go for dodging. As a child, your nickname was Rabbit, Quicksilver, Monkey, Guppy, or Scrapper. That's a pretty obvious one. You were loaned and later allowed to keep 200 gold pieces, a cuirass, a daikatana, a great book, or pauldrons. We were given a cuirass. What god, if any, do you worship? Crom. Zenithar, the god of commerce. Diabella, goddess of beauty. Akatosh, the god of time. Kirineth, goddess of air. Arche, birth and death god. Mara, the mother goddess. Julianos, the god of logic. Or Stendar, the god of mercy. This is a really good question. Who do I worship? We will worship Arche. You have most trouble with resisting poisons, getting along with others, resisting magic spells, staying awake and alert, avoiding diseases, or fighting and parrying. Let's say that we are weak to magic. And since childhood, you have saved 100 gold pieces, a dozen arrows, a favorite book, or a round shield. Let us say that we have made some money with odd jobs. And you are friendlier than most with the savage harpies, the glorious dragons, the infernal daedra, the primitive centaurs, the simple giants, the immodest nymphs, the bucolic spriggans, or the mischievous imps. We get along with the giants. And given 200 gold pieces as a reward, you decided to save it, buy a rare book, buy a silver staff, an ebony dagger, or a ruby, and we saved it. And finally, you spend your free time you have training with short-bladed weapons, axe fighting, archery, hand-to-hand combat, blunt weapons, or the long blade. I think we're going to double down on the axe here. Finally, we are intimate friends with a monk, a rogue, an assassin, a mage, or a warrior. Let's say that we are friends with a rogue. So your reputation has changed as follows. Nothing with commoners, merchants, scholars, nobility, or the underworld. Name thyself. All right, so in terms of an Argonian name, I guess we can probably do something Oka. What does Oka look like? You know, I really do like the big wide eyes. Yeah, that is a barbarian face right there. Okay, so this is a kind of a neat way of handling this here. So not only are you able to make the adjustments, but you can actually make things go... Oh, hang on. I thought you could make them go down. The manual said that you can, but apparently not. So I'm going to... let's see what I can do with this. My intelligence and perception really aren't that good, but some of these others are actually really solid. So let's put 4 into strength, so we're particularly good there. And then this is going to affect to hit, so we'll make sure we're at least at 55. And what else am I going to do? Well, I can bring perception up to be a little less horrible. Yeah, we'll even that out. So we can even save the roll and we can try again. But I have a feeling that the int is not going to be all that special. So, I mean, this one here I could spend a lot to improve. Actually, you know what? That's not a bad roll at all. So if we spend the time bringing up the perception, and then we put the rest into agility, we've got very high strength, we've got average for everything else, at least based on what the old Elder Scrolls Arena was. Essentially, it's percentiles. So in this case, I'm, you know, among one of the strongest creatures in Tamriel, I would say. Thoroughly average intelligence and perception. Now the problem here is that I don't really excel. Like the previous character had a really good speed, but we'll say I think this will work. All right, so we did say we're putting the points into the axe, and I think I'll at least bring a little into the long blade to even it out. But I think we'll just hammer more into the axe there. Let's distribute this a little bit more evenly, and we'll say running and swimming will probably be the highest priorities. Now here, let's say 2 into dodge, 2 into critical strike. We'll do 2 into medical. And it would be wonderful if I could put it into some of these other ones. So I'm thinking medical, probably good for healing, seeing as I'm probably not going to have any healing spells. And then the rest of these are just, you know, me just doing my usual fighting things. So player reflexes determine the overall speed of the game. If you pick very high reflexes, the monsters will move and attack quickly, forcing you to be quick with the controls. Very low reflexes mean that the monsters will move and attack slowly, allowing you to adopt a more cautious, thoughtful playstyle. Your character will advance a little slower with a lower reflex setting, and you will advance a little faster with a higher reflex setting. Now, given my experience of the Elder Scrolls Arena, I think I'm going to just leave this at average. So we are ready to go. You wake and look around the room. Some hours ago, you were in a boat en route to Daggerfall when a storm of supernatural strength boiled over Iliac Bay like a malefic creature. Your boat was destroyed, but you managed to swim through the churning water to a promontory rock. There you found a cave and escaped the fury of the storm. You'd only just lit a small fire when a mudslide sealed you within. Your fear of being buried alive calmed when you saw the corridor leading out of the cavern. Perhaps there was a way out of the cave after all. Once free of the cave, you can begin the Emperor's quest. The Elder Scrolls Daggerfall has a tutorial that can be active during the game. It runs throughout the first dungeon and for a short time afterward. Do you want to use the tutorial? No, we are a confident adventure.
And of course, as is my way, I would like to welcome you to the voice of Oka, the barbarian Argonian. My class apparently cannot equip the cuirass that I own. Alright. We will use our axe and carry on as best as we can. Well, I suspect we'll be able to use the kimono. Is there any way I can pick it up without equipping it? I didn't even hear him. Alright. So I will say I quite like the look of Daggerfall quite a bit more. And maybe I should have done the tutorial to begin with, but we'll do the best with what we've got. The material of the weapon I'm using is ineffective. We may have gotten ourselves into a little trouble here, friends. King Edward Part the 10th by Anonymous. I don't suppose it has any secrets on handling this thing. I got it. I'm glad this thing has calmed down a bit. Close it. Close it up. Alright. I'm gonna run for it.
Thus ends the story of Oka. play a Nord. Nords hail from the province of Skyrim. You are part of a tall and fair-skinned people, strong, willful, and hardy. Owing to the climate of Skyrim, Nords are resistant to the coldest temperatures and take little damage even from ice-based magical attacks. Nords are historically well-suited to all the arts of the warrior. Is your character to be a Nord? Yes. Male. Let's go for the list. He will be something of an outcast. He studied the magical arts. Battle mages use their mastery of magic for combat purposes. They are naturally adept at casting offensive magic spells. The skills are most important to a battle mage are destruction, long blade, axe, thaumaturgy, alteration, and hand-to-hand. Do you wish your character to be a battle mage? Yes. Let's automatically generate, and apparently I have a higher opinion of commoners, perhaps as a result of my efforts to scrape by in a hostile northern environment. Alright, and this will be Harold. Feel like he's gotta have a beard. Alright, so these are actually all stats roughly where I want them to be, so we'll put the perception up. Willpower apparently means quite a bit more means quite a bit more in Daggerfall, apparently. So it's not just magic resistance for you, but magic resistance for your targets. Alright, and we will say... Okay, destruction will be our primary attack. We'll do alteration as our second school, and restoration. We're going to go pretty much heavy into each of these other categories. Back to average. No tutorial. Scandinavian is not as strong as it used to be, but I will do my best for Harold. Here we will look for the rats. Ooh, more Slavic. Alright. Thus ends the story of Harold, rejected by his clan for good reason. Dark Elves hail from the province of Morrowind. You are part of a tall, dark-skinned people known to be extremely strong, intelligent, and quick. They are extremely versatile in all manners of skills and well known as warriors and mages. My character will be a Dark Elf. Select thy character's gender. Male. After the College of Destruction, what school of magic have you been studying the second longest? Restoration. What motivates you to a life adventure? Knowledge. In between formal study, you spent your time socializing with aristocrats, practicing acrobatics, swimming, learning street smarts, learning economics, or sparring. Socializing with aristocrats. Since childhood, you have saved 100 gold pieces, a cuirass, a favorite book, or a katana. Gratitude for services rendered, the Emperor gave you over 200 gold pieces, a book, a silver staff, an ebony dagger, a ruby, or an amulet. He gave me a book. And as you grew older, you received additional magical training in the School of Destruction, Illusion, Thaumaturgy, Restoration, Alteration, or Mysticism. We went hard on destruction. And you spend any free time you have training with short-bladed weapons, axe fighting, archery, hand-to-hand combat, blunt weapons, or the long blade, which we definitely pick. And you are friendlier than most with the savage harpies, the glorious dragons, the infernal daedra, the primitive centaurs, the simple giants, the immodest nymphs, the bucolic spriggans, the mischievous imps. We are friendlier with the infernal daedra. Of all disagreeable types, you have the most personal hatred for sanctimonious priests, stupid peasants, immoral assassins, diabolical wizards, or power-mad robber barons. And you are intimate friends with a monk, a rogue, an assassin, a mage, or a warrior. We are intimate friends with a mage. What god, if any, do you worship? Nun, Zenithar, god of commerce, Diabella, goddess of beauty, Akatosh, god of time, Kinnereth, goddess of air, Arche, birth and death god, Mara, the mother goddess, Julianos, god of logic, or Stendar, god of mercy. We worship Akatosh, the god of time. You have most trouble resisting poisons, getting along with others, resisting magic, staying awake and alert, avoiding diseases, or fighting without magic. All very good questions. I think in this case we are susceptible to disease, which is why we hate rats. Lower with commoners, higher with nobility.
If you want something done, you call Caius.
Years after Tiber Septim's reign, the beginning will meet the end, and the bloody circle will close in the empire of Tamriel. The unworthy heirs of the Septim dynasty have allowed the bonds of the empire to weaken and crack. Uriel Septim, the seventh, cannot repair what his ancestors ignored. The provinces fight among themselves like neglected children, drunk with rebellion, and one indomitable power hides itself, but not forever.
Excuse the gloom, but none may know of this meeting. The nature of my trouble is darker still. Over a year ago, King Lysandus of Daggerfall died honorably on the field of battle. He was as loyal a subject, ally, and friend as you are. I did grieve for him, but his spirit does not rest. With a spectral army, he haunts his former kingdom, crying for revenge. I do not know why a good and loyal man would be so cursed. Perhaps you can find the answer and close the marble jaws of oblivion, bringing peace to his soul. ask this as your emperor and your friend. I have one lesser request. Several years ago, I wrote a letter to the Queen of Daggerfall. It never arrived. The letter was of a sentimental and personal nature. If you find and destroy that letter, I will be grateful. Now, my champion, rest well this night, for tomorrow you sail for the kingdom of Daggerfall.
You wake and look around the room. Some hours ago you were in a boat en route to Daggerfall when a storm of supernatural strength boiled over the Iliac Bay like a malefic creature. Your boat was destroyed, but you managed to swim through the churning water and a promontory rock. There you found a cave and escaped the fury of the storm. You had just only lit a small fire when a mudslide sealed you within. Your fear of being buried alive calmed when you saw the corridor leading out of the cavern. Perhaps there is a way out of this cave after all. Once free of this cave, you can begin the Emperor's quest. The Elder Scrolls Daggerfall has a tutorial that can be active during the game. It runs throughout the first dungeon and for a short time afterward. Do you want to use this tutorial?
Yes.
The very first thing you want to do is experiment with moving your character around. Don't worry about monsters, there are none in the first room. When this text clears, move the cursor around the screen. You'll see it change shape, hold down the left mouse button, and watch what happens. If you are using the view-based interface, it will change where you are looking. Hint, the closer the arrow is to the edge of the screen, the faster you will move. I'll be back in around 1 minute to tell you about arming yourself and fighting monsters. This is the one challenge with this tutorial, which is... it does take some time. And clearly we already know how to move, seeing as we've already been through 2 adventures.
Bet you didn't know I could do that.
Wayrest Jewel of the Bay of Sathir Longleat, and the Legend of Lumber's Lament.
I will be sure to read you those books after I get out of here. Resides in the next room.
Before you brave the depths of Privateer's Hold, you will want to arm yourself. Either click on the bag icon, the inventory, or press the F6 key. Clicking on the weapon puts it into your hand. Now you are able to draw your weapon. Click on the exit button to go back to the game. Hint, you can always have 2 weapons equipped. Press the H key to switch back and forth between them. Click yes to continue, and no to cancel the tutorial.
As I said, if you want something done right, you know who to call. Type of overconfident individual who will fight after the imp. Looks like the decision was made for me.
To draw your weapon, click on the crossed blades icon or just press A. There is a short delay after equipping a weapon, so don't panic if it doesn't draw instantly. Take a few practice swings by holding down the right mouse button and moving the mouse around. This is how you fight the monsters. Hint, moving your mouse in different directions makes your sword swing differently. Each type of swing affects your chances to hit a monster and how much damage you do. I'll give you a minute to practice swinging the sword. Click yes to continue, and no to cancel the tutorial.
I have slightly bigger issues at the moment, my friend. Close it. This had better be far enough.
Down the hall and through the door is a giant rat. Let's go kill it. When you get to the door, get the X-shaped cursor on it and press the left mouse button. The door will swing open. This is how you activate things, such as doors, levers, wheels, treasure piles, and even people. If you're using the view-based interface, just get to the door in the center of the screen and press the mouse button to open it. Hint, the door is also a secret door. After you kill the rat, go back to it and click it. The door will shut. Not all secret doors are this easy to see. I'll be back in a couple of minutes for the next lesson. Click yes to continue. Yeah, we kind of figured this out already.
Now I'm mad. Actually, I believe there's a way that I can look up as well. Yes, there is. I also think you can sneak in this mode. Cast it. Not enough spell points. This'll be a problem. Ah. I gotta move. There. It's not an elegant fix, but it worked. How did it get here? I see, this may be a challenge. I'm even more curious about there's more than one imp. This is a problem. Because I really want that book. I wonder if I can bait it out any other way. Don't even let me cast the spell. This is horrible. Alright, well, I'll reload. And this time I'm trying to see if there's a way that I can drag the thing down. I wonder if I wait another hour, what will happen?
There's a pile of treasure on the black altar in the room with a rat. Get close to it and click on it. This automatically puts you into your inventory. All the stuff in the treasure pile is on the right-hand column of your inventory. You have two modes to choose from: equip and remove. Click one of them. Now click on an item in the right column, and it goes into your inventory, remove mode, or directly onto your character, equip mode. You can get information by using the info mode and then clicking on the item. I'll be back in a minute for a save game lesson. Click yes to continue and no to finish the tutorial.
I don't hear anything. Nope, he's still here. Did the trick. Get out of here.
This would be a good time to save the game, assuming that you are not in the middle of a fight. Press the escape key and click on Save Game. Double-click one of the empty boxes and it will save your game there. If you get killed in this dungeon, you can go back to a saved game without having to create a new character. Hint, you can sometimes get treasure off dead bodies by clicking on them, just like treasure piles. I'll leave you for several minutes now. Go ahead and explore the dungeon. Click yes to continue, no to cancel the tutorial.
There's a... And there wasn't a book. This is terrible. Alright, I'm gonna try and avoid the imp right now. We may not be out of the woods, so I think the one problem I'm gonna run into is that I can't rest here. Yeah. But it may not know to find me in this room. My God. I may need to rest just to get my spell points back. This is not where I want to go. It's a lot tougher than I remember it. This may also be because I don't have any armor. But for now, we'll do a quick save and we'll just lemming our way through the problem. was better than last time, but I got caught on a wall. I have no idea what that sound is, but it's horrifying. Alright, we seem to be making some progress. I also seem to... Ah! This is just a flying rat. I should probably just save at the main position now, but I am low on health, and I don't know if there's any nearby enemies. Alright, we're ready to go. Fine elven craftsmanship. Let's take a quick look at what my other armor options are. So we've got a helm. Alright, well this is the better of the two and it doesn't look stupid. And we can get a palm while we're at it. Where am I? Oh, Jesus. So obviously this is a really interesting way of doing a map. I don't have information of areas that I haven't been yet. But I like the way it looks. Still never clear whether or not I should be able to go through things like these boxes. Alright, so it looks like we can climb up, but maybe I don't want to go this far yet. We'll explore what we have on this main level before we go any further. I wish there was a fast save button. I'll try not to abuse this too much. So it looks like I'll be heading to a higher level no matter what. There are multiple pathways. It's very interesting. This is a much more open area than anything in Arena. much more open than all of the arena areas. Apparently this exists only for me to rest. So we have two ways of going up, but I would prefer to go through. Oh, I wonder if there's a secret passage on the right-hand side. As I said, we'll carry on the main floor before we go any further. It's suspicious that it just ends here, but I don't think I have any way of handling it otherwise. Wonder if I'm missing some kind of obvious secret door somewhere. It's an interesting choice to give you a map that doesn't actually tell you where you are at the start. Alright, this is our third way up, it looks like. I hate these things. But probably not as much as I hate imps. Paid it. What? There we go. Getting a little turned around here, but I just want to double check. Yeah, I know exactly where I am. So to the right should be the big hall. But we haven't seen what's behind this door yet. Well, I'm gonna be, That's an archer. I don't think I can equip that. Yeah. Steel. Give me a break. I'm assuming I can, yeah. I can't equip that. As before, we're getting a good haul in the opening dungeon. And this is fitting for the Eternal Champion. roads lead up, it seems. Right now I want to explore as much as I can of this area, so I'm probably gonna head back down those steps again. Oh Christ. I'm gonna put this in the alternative save just in case. Hey. Oh yeah, that thing's coming for me. So I think my best hope here is to hit it with the shock. That or just run past it. Please. Obviously, it's telling me I can't pick up most of these items, so yeah, in this case, we'll go for what we've got. And I think the way it will work for this playthrough is I will have one main I'll have one main save, and in each area I'll have sort of a sub-save. Now might be an idea for me to heal, but it would be nice if I could use some of that mana too. Against my better judgment, I'm going for it. The hope, obviously, is that we don't encounter the imp, or if we do, that we can run past it. That was not a good hope. So the real question now is whether or not I even want to try, or if I should just do the heal. In this case, I'm gonna try and use the shock and then run off. This will probably be the best destination. And I'll be sure to save a little bit closer to where I want to be. Interesting. Oh. Something just got me. this does the trick. Yes! Finest elven craftsmanship. Yes, I probably should not use the snake visit. I have to be careful in terms of the health, but now that I know I can fight back against everything. We're gonna have a good time in this dungeon. This may be a problem. Okay, my intelligence probably has to be up. Yeah, we'll make that my maximum. And it doesn't seem that anything else really applies here, so... Yeah, so in this case we'll go purely for intelligence, and then we'll reconsider. Moving forward. So I'm assuming that message it said about enemies being nearby just means that they're somewhere in the area. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're upon me. Wow, they won't even let me get the arrows out. Alright, well, as far as items are concerned, really, I can't pick up arrows after dropping. Alright. Don't need these. I don't really plan on using the arrows, but you never know. Okay, not the biggest surprise in the world. I'm out in the open. I don't think I really need a shield anymore, do I? Something's gonna come and get me. Oh, I'm getting that. Sorry, I just hit the wrong spell button. What am I doing? There we go. It is the S key, it turns out. So as usual, I just want to try and examine all of the floors individually before I go up. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, it's just not as good as what I have. Of course, my assumption is that I'm going to be able to sell all of this later. I am also slightly curious about that, that recipe. We'll figure out how to make items later. I probably should have read the manual before I played this, but I missed you guys and I couldn't spend too much time away. Am I already wearing chain greaves? Yes, I am. There we go. I do sort of wish that they did the inventory differently, but this looks like a fairly good setup. Okay, then I'll just take these. Hello, what's this? I will admit I'm not 100% sure what the clothing gives me. I don't even know what I'm fighting. Oh, yep, another bear. I probably should not be saving after killing every enemy, but as you know, at the very beginning they were very tough. Alright, so this is the room that I came from. I think I want to explore here before I go back down the stairs. a feeling I've already been down those stairs once before. Well, it sees me now. Things really aren't a problem anymore now. A finely drawn vellum reveals the secret location of Tower Ashleaf, which you record. Alright. We'll have to follow up on that. Can I ransack these bookshelves? No. Disappointing. I should hold my head up high. I am the eternal champion after all. Alright. I don't think there's any direct... Or maybe there is a staircase. I see. And for some reason I don't seem to be moving straight forward anymore. Something seems to have changed with my controls. I can't actually walk forward properly. I might reset the game with this. Yeah, this is really difficult. Okay, I'm gonna save this to one other file. Just in case this is a permanent problem. Oh, hang on. That's interesting. I haven't been able to run. So it doesn't seem like there's any kind of a toggle to strafe or anything like that. Oh, hang on. Control is slide on. Well, I still seem to be sliding a lot the wrong way, so we're gonna exit really quick.
As an aside, I am really enjoying this.
Okay, so these controls are borked. Looks like it's the game overall. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna go into my settings. Actually, we'll just reset to default. That should do the trick. Okay, this is really weird. There has to be something that I've done with like my keyboard or that. I'm just gonna take a quick second and look online to find out what the issue is. Well, that fixed it. I have no idea how I'm supposed to attack, though. Apparently mouse too. Oh, very interesting. Okay, we'll give this a try for a little while. This is actually a very sensible way of doing movement. I just need to tap out. Alright, sorry for the technical problems. Now opening doors. Space. There were some stairs I was meaning to go down. Right here. This is gonna make it tricky. You can see I really don't care that much about what some of these are doing. Travel map. Make you calm. Okay, we'll see how this goes. That is quite the drop. I might have to remap these later, but I think this will work out for me. And one of my dilemmas is I have roughly an idea of where I need to go. But, I did forget where the other stairways I was meaning to take went. Well, this will be a start. I think I was just up here. Okay, well, you know what? Maybe this doesn't matter so much. Maybe I should just focus on getting to the top level and getting out of here. And actually, unfortunately, I don't remember how to get there anymore. I think I came there from the main level again, but helpful. Neither is this. Wait. How am I supposed to jump now? No, X. Well, that was worth a try. Yep, this is starting to look familiar.
Congratulations! You have made it out of the starter dungeon, Privateer's Hold. I bet you're wondering what to do now. What you will need is a town. Towns have services that you will need throughout the games. Let's fast travel to one. Fast travel is done by pressing the W key. Don't think that's true anymore. The region that you are in, Daggerfall, is highlighted in red. Click on that region and get a blow-up map. There are a lot of places on the map. Let's find the city of Daggerfall. Click Find and type Daggerfall. The most convenient way to travel is by clicking Cautiously and Inns, both of which are the default settings. Otherwise, you risk arriving at night and having to climb the walls to get into town. For this tutorial to continue, you should go to a large city, such as the city of Daggerfall. We'll pick up the lessons again in 7 days. This should give you plenty of time to get there. Okay.
And I begin with 631 gold. Why not camp? Oh, I forgot. How do I sheath? Said. Already did say we would resume the tutorial, and I don't see anything. Alright, so it doesn't. It looks like I can click and give names, but I don't quite want to do that yet.
Daggerfall.
Well, that's indicating an inn, but it's not exactly what I'm looking for right now. So let's try and find a shop for me to sell these goods at. I was sort of hoping it would tell me be some way that I could mark this on my map.
Incense and soft music soothe your nerves as you cross the threshold. Each item in this shop is carefully mounted and displayed. Not the slightest defect can be detected in any item within. Shh, keep your voice down. Before I say anything else, are you the kind of dark elf that will kill for gold? How about 364 gold?
Who needs to be offed?
I want Perenne Yemotan killed. The problem is that the Dark Brotherhood won't take the job. Something about a favor they owe. I need an independent. Do the job and get back to me within a week, and I'll pay you the 364 gold. Just ask for Badesteir Hearthsley. I'll be waiting right here for you.
Salad.
Enough of this endless dickering. You are obviously in great need. Normally I would pay far less, but for you I will offer 291 gold.
Sure. Wait, did I give up the Daikatana? Bad of me if I did.
Not bad, not bad. I give most people less, but for you 6 gold. That's my absolute best offer.
Can I, like, buy things from him? Alright, so it does update the map. I'm curious if there's like a... Oh yeah, the logbook.
I've accepted a contract to kill Perenne Yeomton. Yes?
What can you tell me about in general?
Greetings, good listen, Whitcroft. Sorry.
Greetings, good Lyson Woodcroft. What is the best way to castle Daggerfall? Hail, good Lyson Woodcroft. Are you familiar with the whereabouts of Castle Daggerfall?
Sorry, I haven't got a clue. Perhaps you could
Perhaps you can guide me towards Badesteir Hearthsley. Wait, I know where he is. Perenne Yeomton.
There's no reason to talk down to me like that. I can't help you anyway.
Where is he?
Ask around some more, friend. Someone's bound to know.
Very well. Hello, madam.
What can I do for you, stranger?
Do you know Christina Hearthcroft, where Berene Yamton is.
I guess I can tell you. The Knights of the Dragon is east of here, unless I'm mistaken.
You've been very helpful, thank you.
A letter is pressed into your hand. You spin to see who gave it to you, and catch a glimpse of a livery that vanishes into the crowd.
Now I want to know what's in that inventory.
Dear Caius, I have heard about your accident at sea and feared the worst. Now that I've heard that you're alive and well, I would like the opportunity to meet you and discuss our beloved Emperor's mission in the Iliac Bay. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Lady Magnuson, the Emperor's agent in the court of Daggerfall. My position is not so official as an ambassador. None but other agents of the Emperor know of my true affiliation. The Iliac Bay is rife with rebels against the Imperial throne, so your discretion is required. For the purpose of our meeting, I will take a room at the inn, the Green Dagger in Rayford of Daggerfall, for a month. After that, I will no longer be available. I expect you as soon as possible.
Alright. I will admit I'm a little uncertain about, I'm a little uncertain about just doing an assassination. I think it was Knights the Dragon I was looking for.
It's really easy. You'll want to go... Oh, the Knights of the Dragon are a ways east of here.
And Berene Yamton.
Simple. You'll find it east of here, I think.
Thank you very much. That's not the map I want. Alright, this seems like the place I need to be. I'm eventually gonna wean myself off of these saves, but while we're still figuring our way through. Hello, madam. I'd like to know if this is where I can find Berene Yamton. Excellent. This is where I need to be. With any luck, I'll be able to talk to this guy before I do anything to him. Also, with any luck, I'll be able to find the door.
Sturdy shelves cobbled together out of scrap lumber hold the shop's wares, but the items are sound and functional, but little more than that. Me? Help you? Ha! Well met, stranger.
do, stranger. I'm trying to get to Berene Yamdon.
Suppose it's okay to tell you? It's the Knights of the Dragon, a ways north of here.
I don't believe you. Maybe I do need to believe you. So be it. So I'd say northeast. But I'm not convinced that unless this isn't. This has to be. There's something around here.
Good day. It's a bit of a walk. Just go south.
Knights of the Dragon, south and southeast. Alright, that's a bit different from what I was told before, but let's think a bit about where this takes us. This might be it. Obviously, this is not exactly the ideal way to go about an assassination if I'm walking around town asking where this guy is. I found the run key. I hate swimming. While I'm here, I'll just see if I can get rid of, Wait, does nobody actually sell me things? Ah, here we are. I mean, it's all very interesting, but I think I'll leave it be for now. I am, however, very interested in how this interacts with thievery. I rather like that there are cats. This is a bit challenging, seeing as they're each telling me to go. They're each telling me to go to the other place. What exactly is the purpose of this place? Alright, well, back we go to the west. Hello, kitty. After that, we'll follow up on the letter that we were given. Alright, so it's possible he's one of these other rooms. I guess this is the guy. Can I even tell? I have no idea what's going on. Yeah, that guy's probably not too happy to talk to me, seeing as I just killed someone in his base. I mean, they say north. I think the real question is whether or not the guy to the west will accept this as the deed is done. If not, we'll probably just reload and see where this all goes. Scum as a result of that. So I'm definitely not saving if that was the wrong one.
Revenge is mine. By the way, you'd better get out of town. I hear the Brotherhood caught wind of this. Here's your money, Caius.
Alright, well, I've just made myself friendly with the locals. I'm gonna commit to my decisions. So now... the green dagger. These are all so expensive.
I'm desperate. The Dark Brotherhood has taken my child, Mordestir Yimcroft, and will kill him if I do not pay a ransom. I do not have enough to buy his freedom, but I can pay you 372 gold pieces if you will free him.
You know, something's telling me that you're the problem here, my friend, but I don't like hostages, so... Man, it's just got ink all over my hands.
You're my savior. His name is Badestader Hearthsley. Sorry. Badestader Hearthsley. Oh, his name, okay.
Alright, so I'm gonna have to go elsewhere for this one. I keep forgetting I actually need to talk to this guy for... No way. Alright. Just gonna go to the closest tavern and... see what I can find with my, with the agent. Also, maybe try and find ways to improve my reputation.
Vengeance!
That's terrifying.
You need something?
Wait, am I in the right? How am I looking for? Lady Magnuson. I am looking for your competition. Yeah, this is not gonna go well for me if this is the capital.
We're entering Charville.
Okay, so everyone doesn't like me. It's 6 in the morning, so I may not be able to find people, but I'll start with the tavern and we'll move on. Oh, this'll do. Hello, I'm looking for the Gerhardt residence.
You'll find it. The Gerhardt residence is north of here.
Thank you. I'm probably going a little too far north, but I want to try and find someone to talk to.
A voice calls out, "You may enter." The Gerhardt residence is dark and ominous. It is certain that enemies lurk everywhere.
I have lost my mouse vision. This is very inconvenient. There we go.
Well met, stranger. How do you do?
What is the best way to Mordstatter Gamecroft?
Suppose it's okay to tell you it's the Gerhardt residence that's west of where we're starting.
I'm not so sure of that.
Are you here to rescue me? My name is Mordstatter Gimcroft. I don't like these people. Please take me back to my family.
Done. Do I not get to, like... Oh, wow. This really is detailed. Mine now. Yeah, I'm not wearing a long skirt. I actually want to find out what this is. Okay, that looks like a lady garment, I'm assuming. At least it follows the usual, I'm gonna try and go for something a little bit more traditional then. You know, this is pretty dashing. Jesus. Absolutely not. Alright, maybe that was a bad idea. Maybe the guard would like to talk a bit about the hostage that's been taken in here.
I don't have time for your type.
Alright, it's taken me a little while to get into this, but I'm slowly getting the hang of it. So next up, I'm going to find I gotta find where the green dagger is again. Rayford. Of course, it's so farther away. 9 days I can handle.
Rayford, 611 on Freitas, the 26th of Morningstar, so I should...
I probably need to hurry up. Greetings, good conduit. Where can I find the green dagger?
What you're going to want to do is go that way, east.
Thank you. So I may have some work if I need it, but we'll see what this meeting brings.
Aye, thank you for responding to my letter, Caius. I am Lady Brisenia. Let me bring you up to date on affairs. The specter of King Lysandris haunts the streets of Daggerfall at night, trying to communicate with him is futile. He will occasionally moan the word vengeance. That is the only coherent word that I have heard him utter. If you are ever in Daggerfall, do not wander the city at night. You are certain to be attacked by his legion of ghosts. It would probably be more gainful to investigate those who might have wronged Lysandris, to find a cause behind his torment. I do not know if the royal family of Daggerfall or another person or persons merit more suspicion. The major powers of the Bay, Sentinel, Wayrest, and Daggerfall may be good places to start. I'm gonna change out my pencil. In the matter of the letter, the Emperor's agent says that he was unable to hand-deliver it to the Queen because of the war. He hired a courier who supposedly delivered the letter in his stead. We do not even know the name of this courier. Obviously, this is little information of use, but it would be worthwhile to see whether the letter arrived at Castle Daggerfall at all. How you decide to do this is entirely your decision. I will contact you if any new information should surface. I'm leaving Daggerfall soon. My position here has been compromised and my life is in danger. Do not mention my name in court. It is more likely to hurt than help. Good luck, and watch your back, Caius.
I don't know if you know what they're saying about me, but I hear you, lady.
What is it?
Know anything about work? Alright, well, these folks are interesting and all, but I think I need to head back to Daggerfall and deliver the child. Find ourselves where I was before. But this isn't where I would originally went. My God, this place is massive. I do wonder if I could have talked with the assassination target. I'll have to take a look into that later. Closer.
Incense and soft music soothe your nerves as you cross the threshold. Each item in this shop is carefully mounted and displayed. Not the slightest defect can be detected on any item within.
I have your son.
Mordstadter Yilmcroft, you're alive and well. Caius, I owe you a debt that can never be fully repaid. This modest reward is the least that I can give you. I am betrothed to Victassa Hawktham. It is a great misfortune that Morgara Gearsmith has other plans for her. My only hope is to get her to the temple and to complete the marriage ceremony before she catches us. Will you protect me while I get my betrothed to the temple? I can pay you 318 gold pieces.
Works for me.
My gratitude will be endless, Caius. Quickly, let us away to get her, and then we can find her at the Greenford residence in Horwell.
Does the law like me yet? No, it does not. These orderings are a bit odd. I believe there's one bit of information I'm missing from the quest, but hopefully this guy can tell me. Greetings to you. What is the best way to find Victissa Hawktham?
I heard of you, Caius. I'd help you if I could.
What about the Greenford residence, then?
You asked the right person. Just look for it. The Greenford residence is not too far to the northeast if you don't mind walking.
I don't think I have an option. Hello. To the east, all right. Is this it? Maybe this one.
An irritated voice hollers, "It's open!"
I am here for his bride. Where can I find your daughter, sir?
What you're gonna want to do is go north of here, I think.
Nice try. Ah. Just south, huh? I must be missing something. Unless this isn't the residence. Yeah, but whose residence? Yeah, alright. Hello, lady. Where can I find Victissa Hawktham? Northeast, alright. Marked it on the map, excellent. Ah, alright. I was bugging the wrong guy. Or was I?
Beadsteader Hotsley whispers excitedly, "Yes! This is the place where Morgana Gearsmith's thugs are holding my beloved. We must hurry."
Oh yeah, I totally had a dialogue mode with that assassination target. Oops.
Ah, my beloved Victissa Hawktham. Caius has agreed to protect us from Morgana. Morgoira. Quickly, Caius, take us to the Temple of Kinnereth at Singing Seer of Kinnereth.
Hello, I am looking for the Temple of Kinnereth.
That's easy, Caius. It'd be easiest if I just marked it on your map.
Thank you very much for your help. We are standing right in front of it. The things I do for love.
By the cliffs of solitude, cried Spadesteyer Harsely. Here's the Temple of Kinnereth. Now we just need Belladine Copperford to marry us, and Victissa Hawktham will be out of Morgoira Gearsmith's reach for good.
Oh my gosh. Can we talk about this?
We're under orders from Morgana Gearsmith to prevent this marriage. If Victissa Hawktham comes home with us right now, nobody will get hurt.
It's a little late for that. The tower shield would have been useful. They've all heard of me.
Caius, we are indebted to you. Now that the ceremony is underway, Morgana Gearsmith cannot prevent it. Here are the 318 gold pieces I promised you.
I should have worshipped Kinnereth. I can maybe get some No, I don't think I can join Kinnereth. I have my own gods that I worship. I see. Well, I'll take word from the Temple of Kinnereth.
Normally I would not give work to someone who's not a member of the Temple of Kinnereth. However, we're short-handed right now. A brazen thief stole a holy tome from the temple. A priest got a good look at the criminal. It was a common street thief, a blonde-bearded man named Dunwer Gerhardt, who was in the temple on that day pretending to worship. Track down this thief and return our stolen holy tome, I will speak well of you in the future.
I need all the help I can get. Let me just knock off a few of the quests that I need.
You'll need to get it back within 26 days. By then, our nightly order will be able to dispatch a search party, and you will have lost your chance.
Any leads? Northwest. Am I looking for the right guy here? It says Dunware Gerhardt, but I wonder if I'm looking for the right guy. Oh, this is the wilderness. That's so interesting. What do you think of me?
It's a good story, it is. Dunware Gerhardt. The name sounds familiar, but I can't place it. I'm thinking maybe someone I ran into Bale Castle? I'm sorry I can't be more helpful.
Well, let me just follow that up, actually. Alright, let's see if we can get somebody to back it up. Can you tell me about Dunware Gerhardt?
Ask around some more, friend. Someone's bound to know.
Maybe that is my only lead then.
Who would have thought it? A well-to-do merchant? Sure, I know him. Lives in Eastwick.
Thank you, goodbye. Let's see if we can find someone to confirm. Can you tell me about Dunware Gerhardt? Alright, well, that's two people. I'm in Eastwick. of shops here too, so this will be a problem. But where is he? Can you tell me anything about him? No. We're gonna have to ask every individual person. Alright, well, let's try. There's one of two things I'm thinking of. I should either try the other city and then reload the save if it's the same, or try all of the shops that I can find. I'll try the two shops to the west here, and then we'll see what else we can find. In Bale Castle. Thank you, you've been most helpful. Three days. Yeah, well, I'll add that. Hello. I'm looking for Dunweir Gerhardt. Yeah, sure he is. How about the Yoham residence? Go to the north. I can do that. I wish there were more people. It's like 2 in the afternoon. I can find the Yoan residence.
It's really easy. You want to go northwest of here.
I messed up, thank you. I'm pretty sure I'm getting to the edge of the city if I go any further, yep. So we'll find somebody on the streets to guide us a little bit more precisely. Or we'll just go into one of the stores. Could you please tell me where to find the Yomam residence? Excellent, thank you. I think it's this one. Yes. That couldn't have been good for my sword. So it seems as much as I want to do this quest, I don't actually have enough information to fulfill it. Maybe I went to the wrong one. Oh, yep, I went to the wrong building. What the hell? Did I come at a bad time?
How refreshing, a dark elf with manners. Sadly, I know nothing of Dunweir Gerhardt.
Alright, thank you. Sorry to bust in. House for sale. I see. Perhaps I just need to wait for him. Can we talk this over? Yeah, so this is absolutely the right building. Unless there's some other entry. Alright, let's just get this over with. Sure.
You, Caius, are accused of the crime of vagrancy. If you plead not guilty and are found guilty, you will face banishment. A guilty plea will invoke the mercy of the court, and your penalty will be far less. How plea you?
Not guilty.
How will you attempt to convince the court of your innocence? Debate. Caius, the court finds you guilty, and for your crimes you are banished from Bale Castle, never to return.
Alright then. So now I'm interested in seeing whether or not I can do anything about... Oh, I do not. Alright. So now that I'm in Eastwick, let's see if we can figure out what's going on with... Maybe I will try Bale Castle again. I don't believe you. So I'm more inclined to think that he's in this area based on the fact that he appears as a person that you can talk about. Northeast.
Imagine the purity of my delight when my sniveling, cheating lover of the past 2 years was abducted and presumably killed. And imagine my despair when I discovered that the young lady in green was still among the living. Next, imagine my amusement when her kidnappers demanded a ransom. Finally, please imagine my annoyance when her cousin actually agreed to pay the ransom. This cannot be. I need someone to make certain that the ransoming fails. Will you help me?
I'm not that kind of spell sword.
By the frozen waste, what an attitude. Your selfish morality will get you in trouble someday.
east it is. You're right. This tells me everything I need to know, so... So it looks like I don't get multiple attempts as before. Nope.
Oh!
Let me in.
Yeah. Oh! Oh!
Well, that didn't turn out.
Oh! 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 Oh!
Surely there is some way for me to find the thing that he stole. Let's see what the guard thinks. Oh. I should
Oh,
have
oh,
tried to pick
oh,
his
oh.
pocket.
Oh! 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 Oh!
They found me. I realize this is not exactly everybody's idea of how the first Elder Scrolls episode would go, but I'm gonna read up on the game and figure out what I did wrong. Alright, I'll visit the, I know when I'm not wanted. It's already night. Apparently it is. The owner of the house. Apparently just doesn't want to have anything to do with his own property. This might have to be where we finish for tonight, in the absence of any other information on how to complete this quest. Somehow my running skill improves when I just hang out. I just want to try and twist it over to the next day and see if anything changes. Alright, well, if this individual is to be found, it's not going to be in here. And I don't seem to be able to access anything else. I think I'm going to call it for tonight. You know what? I'll leave it there.
So, Daggerfall. I actually really like the improvements that are made over the game. The only thing is that this mission. Okay, two things. The initial assassination mission. I don't know if I was supposed to talk to that individual or if I even had the option. What I might do is, if there is a dialogue option, I believe I can still go back to that save and correct it. If that's the case, I'll make all the other the same decisions. I'll kind of get myself to the same level where I was. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of reading on the game in terms of just some of the relationships, how the law stuff works, and see if I can find out why this quest doesn't seem to be letting me do any more progress. But I'll be honest, my original plan for this was just to get through character creation. And I clearly had some other, I clearly was able to get some other things here. So this was really just about me running around and enjoying Daggerfall. I'll do a proper postmortem next week after I'm done sort of putting the game through its paces. But I'm really enjoying it so far. I like the fact that I now have sort of the view option, so I can do mouse and keyboard as with traditional games. the game seems enormous, just in terms of like, I sort of feel that all the different cities that I'm going to and things like that, localized within Daggerfall, are pretty vast. Like I feel like there's a lot that's going on, so it's a really interesting game, and I have a feeling we're going to spend a lot of time in it. So with that in mind, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.